number one rule of traveling from DC to Richmond is you get an easy pass thing, because there's insane traffic on that one and you spend like a couple bucks to drive on this street. Worth it so much. Like, look at this traffic. What? You'd be sitting in that for hours where you pay like $3 to drive on this road. What is going on, guys? It is about 10 o'clock at night. Actually 10:30. I am at a hotel. I had to travel actually back to Richmond. It's kind of weird staying at a hotel at a place that I lived like 3 weeks ago, but I don't have a home, so I had to stay at a hotel. But I'll be back up to DC. You know, you're not going to see this, but like I'll be back up to DC tomorrow, so I'm only here for like the night. But whenever I travel, I always take like some protein with me because I think it's important. And I already took my multivitamin and everything, but whenever you travel, definitely, you know, be prepared. Have like protein snacks, because protein supplements, because you know you're going to be always like, eating out on meals, and it's going to get really expensive to try to hit your protein if you don't have like your supplements with you. So bring your supplements, and then you'll have a great time when you're traveling. And I tried to iron my shirt for tomorrow, and I spilt like all the water all over it. So that's my life. But I'm gonna drink some protein, brush my teeth, and hit the sack. Alright, so before I hit the road, it's probably a bad move on my part, because I feel like when I do hit the road, it's going to be a significant amount of traffic. But I figured, why not go back to the Old Stomping Grounds, aka like 3 weeks ago, and you know, hit up my old gym and do some deadlifts. Now, I was sick 2 days ago, extremely sick. I could not keep any food down. I think I had about 100 calories probably the entire day. It was absolutely miserable. And then I took the day off after that from working out to kind of recover, and that was still kind of transitioning to get back into food. So hopefully my strength will be back today. Got some heavy block pulls to do, and you know, we'll always hope that we can do well in the old gymnasio. Let's go. Now we are getting into the fun weight. We're getting into 495 pounds. We're gonna call it 500 pounds. And this is where it gets a little interesting, because now you really have to dial in when you're gonna jump up in weight, how many reps you're gonna do, how much rest time you're gonna have. I always try to preach to take enough rest time as necessary. Don't take too much, don't take too little. There's a fine line that you personally will find. If you notice, when I did about 315 pounds, I already did a switch grip. Do I personally need to do the switch grip at 315? No. Do I choose to? Yes. So I choose to put chalk on at 315? Yes. I personally have excellent grip strength. Obviously, I'm not pulling 700, 750 pounds, so I haven't gotten to that aspect yet. But I've never lost a deadlift because of my grip strength. So I know how my grip is, and I know when, you know, it needs to be challenged, and when I can just, you know, I can put on chalk at 315 and it's not going to be a big deal. I'm not hurting my grip strength. So again, that's another thing you're going to have to find out. So 500 pounds. This gonna be easy. So 545 pounds. This is a hair above 90% of my 1 rep max. Now when you start getting into 85, 90%, it's really becoming a lot of your mental game. Trust the process of your programming and trust that you can pull this damn weight. Again, I've said it so many times, as soon as you go into that lift thinking, man, this is gonna be heavier, I don't know if I can pull this, you've already literally made yourself weaker mentally, which can have a carryover physically, as I've learned. So go in there with confidence, know that you can pull the weight. Obviously you need to kind of gauge your lifts. You need to gauge how big of jumps you do, how little of jumps you do, and that is going to be something that you'll learn over time. With 545 pounds, you got this. 640. This is where it starts to get fun. The craziest thing about that is I felt that 2.5. Like as soon as I started pulling, I was like, something's not right, something's not right. Double check numbers all the time. Ah. Alright, so the workout didn't go as well as I wanted. I really wanted that 660 because 650 was my previous max. And I thought I had it, but that missed groove in the beginning just like literally screwed up my head so much. And you know, I try to preach all the time, don't let things get in your head, but it's gonna happen from time to time. And that's why I don't enjoy to show you guys, but I don't mind to show you my failures and my mess ups. You know, because not every single workout is a success, even though you go in there with the mentality that you want to succeed, you want to, you know, progress in all your lifts. Sometimes little things like that, like literally I cinched up the bar, I took the slack out, then let the slack go in, and that threw me off that one lift. I tried to go back at it, kind of threw my mental game off, and then on the 520, you saw like 2 attempts, I couldn't even get it off the damn blocks. And then I had to kind of collect my thoughts, and then we were good. But you know, those things happen, and you just gotta accept them. What's most important is we did that whole workout and didn't mess up the hair at all. So I have to hit the road now because it's kind of a quick workout. I just want to get some deadlifts in because there's going to be a lot of traffic if I don't. So sickness kind of threw me off this week, but hopefully I'll kind of get back on schedule. I'll I'll probably make tomorrow a like hypertrophy day for the back since I didn't get to do a lot of actual back movements except for the deadlifts. But yeah, I ain't mad. I ain't mad. Is it just me or can I? It's like impossible for me to just go even on a road trip when I'm just going back home. But it's like an hour-and-a-half drive. Like I have water right here, but I can't just have water. I gotta have something delicious. So like a Gatorade. I'd really like that Sour Patch Watermelon Slurpee. But I think I'm just gonna get a Gatorade. Yeah. And although I'd love some candy right now, I'm trying to tone down on the candy. I feel like I eat too much candy. Not like in terms of my macronutrient I'm worried about my cavity life. Strawberry lemonade. Yes.
And if you're feeling cold, man, I'ma blow that stick. And I'm no tower too high, no plane that I can't learn how to fly.
So I figured while I'm driving back, I would quickly touch on, you know, training my old gym was cool, and even though it was just kind of a quick workout, I love warehouse-style gyms so much. Like, just the environment of just being like in like a hot warehouse is almost like it kind of amps you up to get the lifts in. So, you know, obviously right in DC, it's not really likely to find an environment like that besides like maybe a CrossFit. I mean, the gym I'm at now is great in terms of like the equipment they have and the kind of the mentality they have towards lifting. But in terms of like it being a wide open warehouse instead of like kind of a long hallway, that's gonna be hard to find, but who knows?